All right, boys and girls, welcome back to a very, very, very cold motovlog. It is snowing, as you can see, snow everywhere, but it has not stopped me, my friends. So be careful of the water. It could be ice or it could be water. We don't know. It's like that right there. You see how it's on the road? It could be water, it could be ice. But man, oh man, it's good to get out. We've been under so much snow the last little bit, and normally we ride in October. We really do. It should be 15 degrees, and instead it's 0. So it's just really, really cold. Good to be out here. But today's video, from the title, you've already seen it. I've been meaning to talk about this before it happened, but like I said, it's been raining and snowing and being gross. So here it is. Let's get into the video. Okay, so what are we talking about? I'm going to talk about tipping at restaurants. Now, if you live somewhere where servers do not get paid minimum wage, that's a whole different can of worms. Where I live, everyone is entitled to minimum wage. So if you live somewhere that they don't even feel like certain positions aren't covered by the law, that's just fine. I just don't get that. It should be a level playing field for everyone. But that's the way I think anyways. So in my province, where I live in Canada, we now have a $15 minimum wage. That is the highest in the country, and servers are entitled to that. So what is the problem, Snowcat? Why are we talking about this? It's because restaurants now are jacking up their prices. That's the problem I have with that. The cost of the minimum wage now is being put onto the consumer. Well, Snowcat, what's the problem with that? Just don't go there. Okay, we'll address that point in 1 minute. But we're talking about now tipping. So the art of tipping and the way it came about was all these years ago, from my understanding, I might be wrong, that servers didn't get paid a proper wage, so they relied on tips, and tips is what gave them a living wage, right? So we have a living wage here now, so that's kind of gone out the window. The problem is, I have friends in the industry, so I know this is true. They are increasing prices for the food, and they're giving lower portions. Some places may not give lower portions, they may be increasing just the price. And when I go out, holy crap, is food bloody expensive where I live. Oh my goodness. Well, so just don't go out. That's fine. That's a valid point. But what do restaurants do to offset this cost? They increase the prices, and we have to now take on that price as a consumer. Okay, so as a consumer, why can't I change what I do, and why is it so frowned upon? If now servers are getting a minimum wage that is livable according to the government, I'm allowed to now reduce my tipping, and I'm going to start tipping 0 because I've paid for a service. We all know that food's marked up 4 times, and I've now paid for a service. If I asked for a tip on my invoice I sent to clients, they would laugh at me. They're like, we just paid you. You said this is your price, we just paid you that. Why are you asking for more money? Same thing with service. I see the menu, that's the price of the food, which is marked up to make money, and they're making money. Why do I now have to pay even more money? It's insane. So for me, it's like, you know, I know I'm gonna get a ton of hate for this video, but look at it from my point of view. If the business is charging more, why does the consumer have to take on that and then still pay more for tipping? So to offset the cost for me to still go out, I'm just gonna not tip. That's the same difference. They've increased the cost, I've reduced my cost now. Something's gotta go. The consumer can't bear the cost for everything. Now guys, if you live where I live, my goodness, like it is so expensive, the food here now. Like a sandwich is like 18 bucks now. Like we're talking Santa Monica prices here. We're not Santa Monica. Like a soup is $16, which is, it's like fucking water and broth, you know, for all my Asian food eaters out there. Pho, whatever you want to call it. And I'm telling you, man, like it's just insane. So in the comments, let me know, like, what do you guys think? I know in some places it's different, but I'm saying is we have a super high minimum wage now, and you can live off that. And like I said, you know, serving jobs and whatnot, I've been there at minimum wage. I'm not knocking minimum wage jobs. I've held many minimum wage jobs. I've grinded through when I went to university. I've grinded in, you know, not very lavish $500 rent for a room in someone's house. Like, I see a minimum wage job as a stepping stone to get to where you want to be. Like, my lifestyle now, there's no way I can live off minimum wage, and I don't want to. Like, I feel like a minimum wage job is minimum because it's low skill. And if you're gonna get offended by that, sure, get offended by that. You don't see doctors getting paid 15 bucks an hour. It's because they went to school for 10 years of their life and they've specialized and they have a very, very high skill. And that's very important, you know, especially for, you know, you and I living. I've been a cashier, and back then it was $5.50 minimum wage. I grinded just to have some money, you know? So look, I'm not trying to insult certain professions. All I'm saying is that something's got to give now, and in my personal opinion, it's the tip. Because now we're paying such a huge premium on food and restaurants now to go eat out that it's got to give somewhere, and for some reason it's being passed on to the consumer. Whereas if they paid minimum wage to the servers and they didn't ask for a tip, and everyone got what they wanted in terms of livable wage, and that was the push, was the livable wage. We've all got it now, so let's get rid of tipping. So many places, Japan, Europe, that guy's hitchhiking right there. Where are they gonna stop for you, bud? Anyways, so many places don't have tipping and it's frowned upon. You know, we should join in now too. It's just, it's so awkward too, especially like when you tip a low tip, they go, oh, what was wrong? Nothing. I paid the price on the menu and that's what I got. I'm happy. Oh, but I brought it to you. Yeah, but the cost of the food is for your hourly wage, you know. And then I get the thing, well, you know, we get tips. What about all the other minimum wage jobs that don't get tips and haven't been bitching? You know what I'm saying? It's just so awkward too now with the tipping thing, man. Well, if you make it awkward, right? Are you not getting paid an hourly to be there? The answer is yes, right? So we'll see how easy it is to clean my tank now after I got my armor shield on this puppy, which you guys saw in the last video there, last two videos I think. Sorry for the GoPro's getting dirty, guys. There's so much crap coming from the cars. I can't ride too late because this will turn to ice, so then I'm really screwed. Gotta get in sooner than later. All right, so I think I'm gonna have to summarize quickly so I don't get misheard in the comments. Basically, this is about where I live, Alberta, and in Alberta we have 15 bucks minimum wage for everyone. We don't have certain jobs that don't get minimum wage. And I'm talking about now the increase in food costs. I've seen restaurants jack their prices, man, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying anything about serving isn't a good job. I'm not making fun of minimum wage, or I'm better than, holier than thou, or I'm better than thou. Trust me, I've been there, I've held my minimum wage job. I'm voicing my concerns now that the employer is putting the cost back onto the consumer and not taking the cost in themselves. We all know food's marked up. We all know they make tons of money. And we all know that you know, restaurants thrive. People like going out, but they put the cost of this $15 per hour onto the consumer. The problem for me is, why can't I adjust what happens when I go out to negate that fact too? But I get frowned upon because tipping is such a social thing. But now the point is, for me, is that they're getting a minimum wage, which is extremely high. Like I said, when I lived, it was $5.50. Minimum wage is not meant to be lived on, just so you know. Minimum wage is like, you know, to have a room in someone's house, 500 bucks a month, maybe a cheap car or bus pass, and you can live. We're not saying you need a one-bedroom apartment to yourself. That's not what you get on a minimum wage. Minimum wage is a stepping stone to get into the workforce and to move up in life. And people say, oh, well, snowcat, not everyone wants to do that. That's fine, but you can't go expecting the world when you're getting paid minimum wage. So just keep your reality in check, you know. So what do you guys think? Am I right or am I wrong? And you know, it is what it is. They've gotten like 150% raise in like 2 years. Our minimum wage went from like 11 bucks to 15 bucks or something, like over the span of 3 years. It's insane. The wages went through the roof, and I didn't get that kind of raise where what I'm doing in life. So actually I got a decrease. But there you go. So I don't want to drag the video. That's my points is quick. You know, we can talk about this all damn day. Just I want to see you guys in the comments though, because there's gonna be some good ones, and I'll get a lot of hate for this video. That's cool. I don't care, because my thought process is, why should I take on the extra cost for just paying your staff a decent wage, right? And especially when you have bad services and at the end the server starts talking to you, trying to like make you feel better, so that they tip you tip more, you know. So awkward. But hey, there you go. There's the video. Let me know what you think.